So it's around 11 a.m. here right now, and a couple hours ago, I just finished my workout, finished up a leg day, and then also finished up with some cardio. And then when I was walking out, it fucking poured on me. And I left my bag open, water got all in all my stuff, all over my camera. I was worried it was broken, but it wasn't. And obviously, like, most people would agree, that's a pretty shitty situation. That's not a good morning to most people. That's like, damn, I'd be kind of pissed if I had to go hit legs and then do cardio at 5 a.m. And then after that, I get rained on and like everything in my bag gets fucking soaked. And I kind of just sit there and think, how lucky am I? How lucky am I that my biggest worry is fucking rain getting in my bag? How lucky am I that the hardest part of my day is me using my able, healthy body to go to the gym and hit a workout and do some cardio that I didn't want to do and walk on that treadmill while I'm fucking tired. That was the hardest part of my day. That was the worst part of my day. And that's the area where most people would complain about their day, is literally the hard part, right? Like I said, like that was the hard part of my day. But like there's somebody out there who's quite literally dying in a hospital bed. I woke up in my fucking bed today. I woke up in my own bed, in the comfort of my own home that I'm blessed to live in. And I was able to take my able body to the gym, work out, and I'm going to complain about what? A little bit of rain? Some rain in my bag that did nothing to me? You have to understand that your perspective is the way it is because you've only experienced certain things. You don't see those things as small, like unharming circumstances because you've never been through the big shit, okay? You woke up in your own bed today. You didn't wake up in a hospital bed on the verge of death having to tell your family that you're not going to be around much longer and knowing that your life is on a ticking time bomb, that you only have a couple months left. No, you woke up and you have an able body and you're able to go to the gym. You're able to work out. You're able to go see friends, see family. You have people that fucking love you. And you're going to complain about what? Some water. So I want you to take in a perspective that somebody else always has a harder life than you. Somebody else always has it worse than you. Somebody else always had a worse day than you. There's 8 billion people on this world. You think one of those people didn't have a worse fucking day than you? Because I promise you they did. There's kids getting fucking bombed in Gaza. There's infants being fucking killed. And you're going to complain about these, like, the smallest shit. This smallest shit is what people complain about. And I see it so often. Oh, like this was hard. This was hard. Great. You choose that hard. Choose your hard and own up to that hard. Like, it is not hard to go to the gym. It is not hard to get in shape, but you have to shift your mindset before you do literally anything else. Okay? Your mindset. Sorry, it's fucking hot in this car. There's no AC on. I don't want to waste gas. But your mindset is the most important tool that you have. So if you approach everything with that victim mentality where it's, oh, I had to do this. I had to go to the gym today. I had to get my cardio in. I had to, I don't know, drive my parents somewhere. I had to drive my sister to school. I had to, whatever it may be. You need to shift your mentality that you didn't have to do that. You were blessed enough to be able to do that. You were blessed enough that the hardest part of your day was something so simple and minute that some people out there would literally pray to be able to do. You know how many people pray that they could go to the fucking gym? How many people pray that they had a healthy family, that they could go talk to their mom or dad, that they had a sister, they had friends that cared about them and cared about like who they were as a person? So many people wish and pray for that every single day. And so many of you have that in your life. You have so many blessings. So what's the need to complain about these little and minute things, okay? Your mindset is the most important tool you have. So don't abuse it. Don't let yourself just get upset at these little minute things and just don't let it ruin your day. Something hard should not ruin your day because it is not hard in the big scheme of things. Hard is a very large like graph. Like there's levels to hard, okay? Going to the gym is on the very first fucking level, okay? There are people out there dealing with way more important stuff than that, way harder stuff than that. Yours is just the tip of the iceberg, so there's no need to complain and just let that like ruin your day, ruin your mentality, okay? As a man, or as any human being for that matter, you need to understand your perspective on life is the only perspective you've ever been shown. So that's why you feel that way. That's why you feel upset if things are hard. That's why you don't want to go to the gym. You don't want to get your diet in check. Whatever that may be, those things that you consider hard, do you want to know why you consider them hard? Because that's who you associate yourself to be. There's a reason it's hard to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. There's a reason it's hard to go to the gym every day, to do cardio every day. The reason it's hard for certain people is because you don't believe yourself to be that person. Your perspective is off. To you, that's a hard task that you are forced to do and you have to do if you want to get this dream body. You need to approach it with the mentality that you're blessed to even be able to do that. You're blessed to have those struggles. Not everyone has those struggles. So many people have much worse struggles. So you need to identify yourself as somebody who does those things and does them with happiness, does them through joy, and finds prosperity in those things because you are blessed to do them. And you need to understand and realize that it is such a blessing to be able to do even the smallest of things. Simply to hang out with friends, that's a blessing. Simply to go to the gym, that's a blessing. You're taking these blessings for granted. I might need to turn my car on. It's fucking... Yeah. It's like fucking 150 degrees in here. Hold on. Anyways. Hold on, my windshield wipers are on. Okay. Damn, I actually lost my train of thought there. I was kind of going for a second. No, but your mentality is very important, and you need to perceive yourself a specific way. The way you perceive yourself correlates to who you are as a person and how other people perceive you. If you don't perceive yourself as somebody who associates with those types of things, who goes to the gym early, who goes to... Are we fucking... Alright. Sorry. Anyways, if you don't perceive yourself to be like that, you don't perceive yourself as a person who works hard, who wants to go to the gym early, then you'll never be that person. That's why those things are hard to you. Think about this. Is it hard for you to scroll on TikTok? Is it hard? Genuinely, is it hard for you to scroll on TikTok? Okay, what about, is it hard for you to lay in your bed and scroll reels all night? Is it hard to just watch random movies on Netflix all night? Is it hard to hit the bong, and is it hard to go out to the bar and drink? Is it hard to hit your little vape, or is it hard to just like, are those things hard? And I know every single one of you is thinking in your head, no, of course that's not fucking hard. And do you know why it's not hard? Why you don't have to force yourself to do that? Because those actions correlate with the person you perceive yourself as. That's why it's not hard. It's not hard to scroll on TikTok because you perceive yourself as that lazy person, whether you believe it or not. You perceive yourself as somebody who does do that, who does scroll all day and doesn't have any real purpose. You perceive yourself as somebody who associates with those things. If you smoke every day, you perceive yourself as somebody who smokes every single day. And that's just a part of you. That's just who it is. So if you perceive yourself as somebody who goes to the gym 6 days a week, somebody who eats a clean diet and follows a good nutrition plan and works hard on their body, works hard on their mindset, and constantly tries to level up to be better, then that's who you are. The person you perceive yourself to be is the person that you are, whether you realize it or not. And once you start to perceive yourself as this person, other people are going to follow suit. If you don't perceive yourself as a confident, ambitious person, why the hell would anybody else perceive you like that? The first step in self-improvement, the first step in becoming the person you want to be, is knowing the person you want to be and embodying that person every single day. Because if you continue to live the same lifestyle and you live the lifestyle of the person you don't want to be, then you will forever be that same person. Okay, nothing changes if nothing changes. And I know that's so fucking cliche, but it's so true, okay? Your life will never change if you don't take actionable steps to make it change every single day. That's the reason I started posting this series. That's the reason I even started YouTube in the first place. Because I want you guys to understand that self-improvement is an art, and that art starts with this video, starts with the very first thing that you need to do, and that first thing is self-belief. That first thing is changing your perspective to understand how blessed you are, and not only that, but understanding how you can change who you are as a person, simply based on who you believe yourself to be. If you believe yourself to be a lazy fat loser, you'll forever be a lazy fat loser, okay? You will never fucking change. And I struggled with this for so long. I didn't understand why, right? I know I've talked about this before, and if you guys have been following me or subscribed to me for a minute, whatever, you know I've talked about how I've gone through breakups, and even during those relationships, I was fucking going to the bar every single weekend. I wouldn't wake up early. You think I'd wake up early? No, I didn't believe myself to be that person. I would spend all day scrolling fucking TikTok. I'd go to the bar on a Saturday night, Sunday wake up, lay in bed all day and scroll reels on my phone, and then I wouldn't go to the gym that day because I'm fucking hungover. I'd eat like one little meal, and it would probably be unhealthy as shit, like some random fast food, and then after I ate that, that was the entirety of my day. I'd probably hop back in bed, watch some Netflix. Yeah, I had a good physique, but I wasn't the man that I knew I should be, and I perceived myself to be that lazy son of a bitch. So that's who I was as a person, okay? The person I perceived myself to be, that's the person I was. The person I am now, the person who wakes up at 5 a.m. every day to get on a routine, the person who doesn't skip the gym, the person who doesn't go out every weekend, the person who doesn't smoke all the time, doesn't vape all the time, that person who I perceive myself to be, that's who I am. The second you perceive yourself to be somebody, and the second you start taking actionable steps to correlate yourself with being that person, that's when you become that person, okay? I need you to understand that, because I completely shifted my life, and even now, I'm not where I want to be yet, but that doesn't matter, because I'm literally going to show you, this is day one, I'm literally going to show you me completely changing my life over these videos. I will be posting one of these every single fucking day, and I will not miss a day, because that is the person I perceive myself to be. I perceive myself to be fucking disciplined enough to post this every single day, no matter how I feel, no matter how tired I am. I literally went to the gym this morning at 5, did my cardio, got fucking rained on, did client work for the whole day, and now I'm here filming this. Do you think I want to film this? No, but this is what I do as a person. This is who I perceive myself to be. And since I perceive myself to be that person, I am that person, and I understand that. And I take those actionable steps every single day to be that person. So for you watching, take those actionable steps. If you're not the person you want to be, if you don't have your dream life, and you never should, your dream life is not something that you should like think that you have, because you can always be better, you can always keep progressing. But if you're not doing everything to be the person that you truly want to be, start taking those steps and start believing that you are that person, okay? It all starts with self-belief. If you want to be better, it starts with believing in yourself and understanding that you can be anything you set your mind to, but only if you believe it first. Okay? You will not succeed if you continue to do the same things that you know are holding you back, but you associate with your identity. You associate going out every weekend. You associate binging and eating fast food. That's who you are as a person. And every choice you've made for your entire life has led you to that point. And it sucks. It sucks to say that. But on the contrary, this is so common for so many people. I was in those shoes for 2 years before I stepped out of that, before I got out of that mode, okay? Years. I'm talking years, probably longer than that. In high school even. I wasn't doing shit. I'd fucking smoke after school, go to the gym high, and then I'd go home, eat whatever bullshit I could get my hands on, and then I'd hop on the video game all day. What was I doing to level up my life? Nothing. And the reason I was that person is because that's who I perceive myself to be. I perceive myself as somebody who goes to the gym, and I enjoyed going to the gym because I associated it with my identity. But I also associated drinking, smoking, eating fast food, playing video games all day, scrolling on my phone all day. I associated that with who I was as a person. And since I associated that with who I was, that's simply who I was. You control who you are. And it's not just through your actions, it's through your belief. Those things correlate hand in hand, okay? I need you to understand that. Your actions are great, but if you don't believe yourself to be that person, you'll never be that person, because you're going to fall back into the identity that you associate yourself with. So self-belief is key. Believing in yourself and understanding that your perspective and who you see yourself as a person, that's how others will see you. And I want you to understand, if you look at me now, you probably think, okay, yeah, like, obviously goes to the gym. I mean, he seems like he's fucking dialed in, right? You perceive that because I'm speaking it, but I also take those actionable steps every day so that anyone in my life will perceive me as that person, okay? Everything I do aligns with who I am as a person. And the second you start to do that too, the second you find that alignment and you start to take those actionable steps and believe that that is who you are as a person, that your goal, the person you want to be, is who you already are. That's what you need to understand. The person that you want to be, you already are that fucking person, dude. You are the person you want to be. But you have to believe it and understand it first. Otherwise, you truly never will become that person. That's what I need you to understand. So, if you made it to the end of this video, what I first want to say is thank you for watching all the way through. And like I said, I'll be posting one of these every single day because I know it helps me being able to even help one person. That makes my day. And I really hope it does help you. And I hope you can understand that throughout these videos, I will literally show you how I'm continuing to level up my life and how you can completely level up yours just by taking actionable steps. So please, please, please go associate yourself and go do the things that you associate with the dream version of yourself. Please go do them. And on the other hand, make sure that you believe and understand that that person is already in you. You just have to bring them out.